I'm going to be honest. I find it very difficult at this point, over a year and a half in, to trust anyone that doesn't care or post or have discussions, write their politicians about, engage with what's happening in Palestine. It is difficult for me to trust and respect people that don't care or engage in what is happening in Palestine. I want so desperately to be one of those people that just, yeah, no, it's totally fine. Like, oh, it's not your thing. Like, no big deal. Like, you're just not political. But if you know that your elected officials using your tax dollars, and you know that you're being lied to about what's happening over there by our media, and you are choosing to do nothing or say nothing, what would you do if something were happening to me? Would you defend me? Would you look into what was happening around a situation with me? Would you look for the full story? Would you defend me? I find it difficult to believe that if you can't even share memes, or not memes, but infographics, if you can't even make a video standing in solidarity with a people that have done nothing to you being exterminated, genocided, holocausted off the face of the planet, compliments your tax dollars, your dime, can I trust you to do the right thing in any other situation? Honestly, no. I'm getting to the point where I can't. It's too difficult. This idea also, and I've had remarks in previous videos that had nothing to do with specifically Palestine, but I commented something about it. This idea that we have to fix our own problems here in the United States. That's happening over there. Like, before we can care about what's happening over there, we have to solve our own problems. Just because it's not happening on this landmass doesn't mean that it's not happening here, or compliments you, our elected officials, the money that you work so hard for but get nothing in return. I don't have exact numbers off the top of my head. I have a couple screenshots in my phone, but I don't feel like going to look for them. So many of our problems here in the United States is because of our connection to that country, that territory, that state, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that shouldn't be. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's like, ask your ChatGPT, how much money would solve homelessness here in America? How much money would it take to write off student loans? How much money would it take to offer free college the first 2 years in America? How much money would it cost to offer universal health care? How much money would it cost to feed children, all children under age 10, I don't know, whatever you're passionate about that requires money, ask your ChatGPT how much money that would require to fix that problem completely. And then ask it how much money we've sent the blue state, the blue star state, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I bet we've sent more money over there than we would need to fix 4 or 5 of the problems that I just listed. So no, it's not just happening over there. It's here. What's happening over there is here. It is here. It's already here. They've made it illegal in many states to boycott that particular area, that particular entity, infringing on your constitutional rights. They've shown what they can get away with. They have, like, is it climate? Is that your issue? What they're doing over there is very destructive to the environment. Remember when we dropped the bomb, the atomic bombs in Japan? We said, oh, that was a bad idea. Well, we should never fucking do that again. Yeah, what we've done over in Gaza, and by we, I mean we, the United States, we're the ones. It's like, oh, but we sold it to them. Yeah, but then we gave them money to buy it from us. So no, it's us. It's the United States. We're doing that. We are doing that. The number of bombs we have dropped there has caused more damage land-wise, structure-wise, infrastructure-wise, loss of life-wise, and environmentally damaging-wise than what we did back in 1945 to Japan. It's not happening over there. We don't need to fix racism here first. We allow it to happen because they're brown and they're over there. For those of you that think that we need to fix racism here first before we worry about the they're all gonna be dead before we're never gonna fix it here. Then they're all gonna be dead before we get to them. If that's what we're waiting on, is to fix racism here and gender terminology here, they're all gonna be dead before we've convinced everybody here to speak and think and believe what we think that they all should believe and think. Now, I'm not saying that these things are not important. I'm not saying that these things are not something that we should work on. But the idea that that's not connected to what we have going on here and that we need to fix everything here before that's happening now. It is dire need that we fix. Like, everyone there is going to be gone before we figure out this bathroom issue here. Everyone there is going to be gone before we can figure out how not to have politicians that don't say racist things. Everyone there is going to be gone before we worry about whatever issue you think is more important here. Like, we're not gonna, in this current system, where our politicians are allowed to take our money, tell us that we don't have money for healthcare, for education, for natural disaster preparedness, or funding for after said natural disaster strikes. Like, but we send it all over there to exterminate and genocide brown people that don't have the same faith or religion as us, that don't have the same language as us. Draco, I know, I'm angry too, buddy. You just ruined my 9-minute video. But I think I've made my point. But this is why it's difficult for me, Draco, to trust people that don't do everything in their power to at least make time to speak out against what we're doing in Palestine. It's difficult for me to trust that those are good people.